I heard there's a certain way I got to wear my hat in Chicago, or I might get robbed.
Is that to keep you
Or
from getting shot or something?
yeah,
Or
yeah,
what?
yeah, definitely. I need to know those
gotta,
things.
I'll find out, man. I hit my rim
Wow.
up, man, because I don't even wear hats, man. I just let
Yeah,
the
good,
ball, yeah, I just
good,
let the ball head shine. So
good.
it is what it is,
I'll
man.
just take my hat off next time I'm up there because I'm planning a trip up to Chicago.
Shoot, let me know. I might time it when I'm at work out here, man. Let me know.
All right.
Because I'm out here at least once a month, not twice a month or something.
Oh wow. Okay.
Well, yeah, well, corporate office is out here. So
Oh, you work for? Okay. I had a friend of mine that one of my closest friends. He's in New York. He used to work for
okay,
a long time ago. They used to have a program called Inroads where you used to be able to intern.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I know some people that was in inroads.
Mhm.
I was
Yeah.
in the road.
All right.
Mhm.
Good to see the
Yeah.
retention program was good over there.
Oh my goodness, man, shoot. So school me on LeBron opting out, man, because like I said, I was on the plane all day and didn't work. So
Oh
he
boy,
did
ain't
opt
going
out.
nowhere.
I don't think anything happened that nobody expected.
Yeah.
Yeah, his agent told the Heat today that he was opting out. So basically, those teams that want to, as Deon said last episode, woo him, they have now time to put together a package because they can't woo him until the 1st of July. So now they got a couple of days to put it together so they can present it properly, and which includes the Miami Heat. They too now can woo him
Right.
But
extra
I mean, it
and
was
such.
like everybody's making a big deal. Go on. Look, this is what the Heat wanted too. I mean, it was optimal. It's optimal for them for all three of them dudes to opt out.
exactly,
Well, the
Yeah.
other
exactly.
two
Yeah,
haven't
why is
opted
everybody?
yet. The other two
And,
haven't opted
and the
yet.
one that
Well,
they
I said it was
not,
optimal. I
and the
know
one
they haven't yet.
the one they thinking that won't opt out is Wade. So if Wade
Right,
don't opt
the one
out,
that hold all the
Wade gonna
keys.
be like, "Give me my paycheck," because
Yeah.
y'all might mess around and not sign me.
I know, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Ain't
Exactly.
nobody
One
else
year
gonna pay him that money.
Clearly, my knees are held together by rubber bands, so I'm staying. I'm not going to see us pulling a Jennifer Holiday. I'm staying. I'm not
Damn,
going.
this is more like rubber cement.
Yeah, but I'm saying, Tory, man, talk about Melo going to the Heat, man. I was telling them last episode,
Mm.
teams like the Spurs don't care. They gonna still whip them. They don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, because Melo doesn't play defense.
there's a lot of speculation going on around Melo, and well, first on the
Yeah.
LeBron thing, my point with LeBron is LeBron can't be LeBron wouldn't be that foolish to have his second biggest PR mistake of all time. First, you got the decision, and then after you win 2 rings, you decide I'm gonna bounce out of Miami. Now, people are saying that if he goes to Cleveland, he'll be forgiven because that's his home. I wish I had the man from Ohio on right now. That's not his home. His home is in Akron, Ohio. That man didn't grow up, rooting for Cleveland and all about the Cleveland teams. He was against the Cleveland teams, I guess, because city of Cleveland looks down on smaller cities like Akron within
Yep.
Ohio.
Yep.
But so that's my point on LeBron. As far as Melo goes, I'm hearing a lot of things. People are saying Houston. And I'm thinking to myself, isn't James Harden already on Houston? Aren't they the same player?
Yes.
Except Melo might get a few more rebounds. So
Yes.
I don't understand that. I don't understand the logic behind that. Chicago, I could somewhat understand. However, I still don't think that Derrick Rose being a shoot-first point guard can really gel well with a guy like Carmelo. It would be like Allen
Derrick
Iverson.
Rose got to be a walk first point guard at this
Yeah,
point.
that's true. That's true. To me,
Well, now,
it'd be like
I heard a
Iverson
theory.
and Melo all over again.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I heard a theory at work today. One of my coworkers was, putting together his own package, and he felt like since Melo had
Put together his own
he
package.
did. He put together his own package. I don't make it up. I just reported.
Make sure you edit that out.
Since Melo had opted out and LeBron had opted out, that they're now going to go to Chicago together to play with Rose. Is
Yeah,
the
right.
theory that he had put together. And I was
Everybody,
like,
this all the super
like,
team
what?
stuff. Stop it, people.
Well, he was like, he said no, and then because at that point, then Derrick Rose can stop playing hurt. and he can actually just
that's terrible.
Oh, they were doing stand-up in the office. They were doing stand-up in the office. It was kind of entertaining.
Oh my God,
You
that's
should have
so
video
bad.
recorded that.
Yeah, they were doing stand-up in the office. I was like, oh, you're killing them.
If LeBron and Melo go to the Bulls, you know Derrick Rose's brother is gonna have to sign off first. So
Yeah, no doubt.
yep. I mean, it is what it is. So this whole super team stuff. I mean, it's overrated, man.
I hope
so overrated.
I hope somehow, some way, they can get Melo in Miami with all three of them, and all four of them together. I'm really pushing for that because what's going to happen when they can't win?
That's gonna be hilarious. That's the thing, man. You bring
you want in sports, you want a story, right? So that would be the best story in the NBA.
That's true.
Dwight Howard going to the Lakers. Dwight Howard going to the Lakers with Steve Nash. We all bought into. Oh, look at this! They go win. It was just a story.
You bought into it?
It was just,
I don't think you bought into it.
I didn't buy into it.
I was like, who bought into that?
Steve Nash is 65 years old, and Dwight Howard. He went in with a half of a back and one leg. So you got a man with a half back, one leg, and a 65-year-old point guard. You know that was.
It was golden. It was golden, Pete. It was golden.
And Kobe.
Until they took the floor.
And oh, by the way, Mike Brown was still a coach at the time.
Oh,
Hey,
I mean, come on. It was a no-lose situation. You didn't see the beauty of it
until they lost.
It was
no no-lose situation.
How does Mike Brown keep getting the raw end of all this stuff, man? When LeBron had the decision, Mike Brown got fired. When Kobe and them couldn't win, Mike Brown got fired. When Kyrie Irving talk about leaving Cleveland,
Mike Brown got fired.
Mike Brown got fired.
I'm wondering what's going to take for Mike Brown to get fired again, even though he ain't got no job right now.
Defense is overrated in the NBA now.
Defense is overrated. But think about it though. Most teams are jump shoot. I'm being serious there. Most teams are jump shooting teams. Ain't that much to defend.
Yeah.
Just hope they miss. I mean,
just hope they miss.
But that's the point. Think about it. Oklahoma City looks unbeatable when Westbrook is on fire.
Yeah.
Most of his shots from 30 feet. Durant, 30 feet. When they start missing them, they look like the worst team in the league. It's like, hey, they can't score. It was a jump shot. It's 30
feet. They can't score. Oh, and they don't stop anybody. So defense still matters because at some point, if your balls aren't falling, you need to be able to stop the others.
Okay, all right. Now, Niece, we need to figure out what's going on. First, we got putting together their own package. The ball's not falling. I don't know what's going on the show since I've been back, but we need to be careful with our language.
This isn't just a double S project. This is the double S project after dark. With our host, Lonice.
Selling you.
Okay, fine.
That's terrible, man.
So the NBA draft, is it this week or next week?
It's tomorrow.
It is Thursday.
It's Thursday night. It's Thursday night. My coworker just asked me, was I gonna be around? They're trying to have a little go out to get some wings or something and watch the first round. But shoot, what you think Joel Embiid gonna fall, man? Both the critics are kind of bouncing back and forth now. Some think he's still gonna be in the top 2, and some think he might fall out of the top 10. I'm like, hey. And then they had a nerve he might fall. They said he might fall number 10 to the Sixers for the Sixers' second first round pick. I'm like, hey, what's up?
Hey.
Say the next LeBron right here.
Yeah, man.
He's no education over here. Okay, so we're going straight
from preschool to pros, baby.
Yeah.
Oh God.
He's opting out of preschool.
Opting out of preschool.
The best. Right now, he's the highest rated preschool basketball player in the country right now.
There you go. We gotta put him on the cover of Babies R Us. Be out there, shoot, man.
I'd be worried about Joel Embiid. I'm staying away from him.
I'm staying away from him
already with back and foot problems.
Yeah, the stress factor. Yeah, I'm with you on that now, man. Because I noticed like during the season, early on with Kansas, like. Seth was trying to hold him back because if you remember, he didn't start the first 4 or 5 games, and then the center that was in there, Tariq Black, He was a senior. I mean, and Tory Black for some reason couldn't keep his hands off of people. He got like 3 fouls in the first 5 minutes every game. So Joel Embiid started getting more. Had to come in. And so and then they started winning games. They were getting that chemistry. So then he started to put Joel Embiid in the starting lineup. But I see why he broke down. This is terrible. It's just a bad time, man. This is the dog days, man.
You're absolutely right. I was talking to my wife the other night. I said, this is the time of the year where I watch Wipeout on TV, catch a WNBA game, and wait for the All-Star game in baseball. But I'm praying for football. Please come.
Wimbledon's on right now.
We can't get here fast enough. Like, if we can get training camp on and popping with football.
Tiger's hurt.
Coming back.
It's really a sad time. It really is. And I'm with you, Dolla, no lie, because was it Sunday with the soccer game, and I tuned in for like those 5 minutes and had no idea what was happening, except that the game ended in a tie and we lost and it was bad. I don't know.
You get hype over the tie?
No, because I don't understand.
I haven't even seen the highlights yet.
Yeah, I don't
know somebody scored with 6 seconds left.
Yeah, I don't
know about the soccer game?
Yeah.
Because Ronaldo,
man, I told you that stoppage time is some BS, man. I told you.
I don't understand. And then I was perplexed because when I turned it on, I was like, oh my God, there's still a lot of time left in the game. And then I realized that the clock was running up. And I was like, oh, the game's just been on a long time.
It's just not American. Clock's going up. Not American.
That's exactly what I put on my Facebook page. I said, is there any American sports being played? So I turned from soccer. I did the same. That I understand. I understand Wipeout.
I did the same thing. I turned on and I thought I was like, dang, I missed. I was like, oh wait a minute, that's right. The clock goes up.
Got a lot of time left.
I was like, I forgot.
Yeah,
it was at 5 minutes.
God, the game just started. It's 90-something seconds left, and then I said, "Oh wait, no, it's going that way."
It's terrible. That's terrible.
The first time I ever saw the first time I ever paid attention to World Cup was I think it was
4 years ago.
No, it was 98, but I ain't pay a lot of attention to it. I mean, I would watch. I didn't know what I was looking at, but that clock screwed me up then, and it hasn't screwed me up since. But it's like you said. That stoppage time, I'm like,
that's some bull, dude. That's some bull.
We're ready.
Since I accidentally brought up Michael Vick,
my God, I
was
forgot
very
about
upset about Vick's claim to be the originator of the running quarterback.
Who said that?
Michael Vick.
He was upset about what?
Lonice was upset.
I was upset because Michael Vick said that he revolutionized the mobile quarterback, and he started it all.
People always crapping on Randall Cunningham. Is that where we're going with this?
No, that's
another angle. That's a whole other angle
further than that. I mean,
I read Lonice's thread on Facebook. That's why.
No, yeah. Well, my thing
I didn't even want to get into that one. I was like, I'm not even going. I'm putting my phone down.
I was like, is he serious? First of all, you didn't revolutionize the mobile quarterback because there were other mobile quarterbacks before you.
True that.
And you haven't even. And my point, and what I did say is, I was like, he wasn't even the best mobile quarterback in.
That was better than him.
Yeah. There were a lot better than him. So
you know how many commercials Frank Tarkenton would have had back in the day? Frank Tarkenton would have had
how many commercials just as many. Would have had.
Frank Tarkenton would have had just as many roller coaster commercials as Michael Vick had.
As my post stated, Michael Vick was smoking weed with his crack that day.
No, he don't smoke weed. Why you gotta bring up the weed?
The concussions.
Well, listen.
You got to bring up the weed.
The warehouse in the building.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, Deon, you just in time. Lonice brought up the weed.
I see you in the warehouse. Y'all got barbers in the warehouse? I see you
over there. Yeah, freshly shorn.
I mean, not only does he come back, he comes back firing. I mean, that's
all
that's
shots,
fine.
baby.
I did get the love on the text.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, listen, man, it is what it is.
I was just checking on you. I wanted to make sure you were A-okay. That's all.
Dolla, I would believe that, but Lonice's behavior the past month has been very, very disappointing. I'm
Oh,
gonna be honest.
Oh,
Very,
man.
very. It's
That Miami
hard.
love, huh?
Oh, it's
God.
amazing. It's amazing.
Terrible.
It's
Just flat out terrible.
listen. This,
You know what?
this,
I did not enjoy the Miami Spurs loss as much as I thought I would. I did enjoy it, but not as much as I thought I would. When you see a man like LeBron put it all out there and ain't nobody helping him, it's like
31. I'm sorry. This stat is 31, 10, 5, and 2. The man had 2 block shots. I don't even know how many steals he had. I didn't even count the steals. And they still got pulled off by $20. 20.
yeah.
I enjoyed the dismantling of the Miami Heat. I did. It was good for me. I don't
And
know
still,
Hold
yeah,
up.
you know,
And
I can understand.
He did 31, 10, 5, and 2 and sat out the last 5 minutes.
last 8 minutes. Last
8.
8.
Well, no, 8. Stop exaggerating.
My
No,
God,
it was 8.
she knows everything. She knows it down to a T because
It was
she swears.
8. I was
I
clear
can-
on that. 8 minutes and 16 points. That was it. They were like, we're done. Tapping out.
I understand
Take me out,
Dollar. I
coach.
can understand Dollar's point of view. I can't understand yours. How in the hell do we celebrate? Why did he celebrate the OJ thing? Why was that a celebration?
It is a
Well,
good
it wasn't a
question.
celebration.
That
It
is a
wasn't
good
a
question.
celebration. They
Huh?
were just he said, why did they celebrate the OJ thing? They weren't celebrating. They were just, that was just one of those big things. And, you know, folks
They called it the anniversary for Pete's sake.
They call everything the anniversary.
And I was thinking that's interesting because I ain't get off of work for that or nothing.
Yeah, they call everything an
It could
anniversary.
be a holiday, right?
I mean, really.
Bronco run.
Everything's an anniversary.
What's the day?
when's the Ray
Bronco run day?
Caruth? When's the Ray Caruth anniversary?
What did Ray-
Right.
Exactly.
They did that this year. The Ray Caruth
Yeah.
thing. They interviewed the girl's
right.
mom and the boy. They
yeah.
did it this year during football season. They sure did.
Yeah.
How do you celebrate? But that's not that ain't no type of anniversary. I'm sorry, that's no type of anniversary.
What do you want them to call it?
It's the
Well,
same.
I don't even want to talk about it. It doesn't even have to get brought up. First of all, no one. Let's just say it. No one agrees with what the outcome was. I mean,
What are you
clearly.
talking about? There wasn't enough evidence to convict that man.
The glove don't
If it
fit.
doesn't
You
You must
Let's
quit.
quit.
That may very well be true, but I don't have to like it.
Hey, but yo, Deon, hey, Deon, let me ask you this then. For real, let me ask you this on all seriousness. Where were you and what were you doing when OG went on a run?
I can't-
I was. I know exactly where I
remember
was.
where I
I
was.
know where I was.
You know what?
Man.
I want a follow-up question to that. I want to know, since we're from all different parts of this country, where were you guys at and what were you doing when you heard the verdict for the first time? That's what I want to know.
Oh, me,
Because I remember that like
probably
I
was
know,
about 20
I
feet
know
away
where
from
we
each
were
other.
when we did that too. I know exactly
I
where
remember
we were.
I know
Me and
where I
Pete was
was.
probably about 20 feet away from each other.
I was about to say we was at school. We was
We
all
were
in
McNair
class.
Hall.
We was
Dr.
there.
Clyde.
And when
I-
that
I told it
and
to
when that
somebody
verdict
else.
went down, we all came out into the lobby area and Cats was cheering.
Dr.
Happy.
McNair. I didn't care.
Yeah.
I was just like,
I didn't
can't
care.
believe it.
I didn't care. It just, I mean, I was just like, whatever.
Different.
I was like, whatever.
Different.
like,
So
what
I
y'all
was
cheering
in class.
I was like,
I was
somebody.
in class, but the news people were on campus because they recorded in the student union
Right.
when the verdict broke,
Yep.
and they
Yeah.
had all them cats on TV on the news that night cheering for the verdict. And I was like, really? What's what we doing now?
Wow. I'm
Yeah.
surprised that y'all were that composed because I was in class and this was probably my senior year in high school, so I was in class and somebody ran through the hallway and screamed,
Yep.
"He's not guilty! He's not guilty! He's not guilty!" And you know, I grew up in a black neighborhood, so of course all our teachers were white. So all of the students jumped up and they were screaming, and all the teachers was like cowering, like, I can't believe he was in this class cheering this murderer right here. You know, that was their look on their face.
Right.
So
And Dollar, you made me feel old. You talking about you was a senior in high
was
school.
a
I was
senior.
like,
Yeah, man.
I was about to say I was supposed to have been graduated from college by then.
Well, I was going to say I was just in class like y'all. But I was
Nah,
like,
man. And the reason why I remember, because I remember the Bronco run, man. I know exactly where I was. I was
I know exactly
working.
where
I was working.
I remember exactly where that happened too, because I was in the car when it first started, I was in the car and they were doing a report, and then the news had broke that he had actually killed himself. So it wasn't until we got home that I turned on the TV and I said, "Oh my God! Oh, it's that she was
Who was she in the car with, Deon?
I was in the car with my mother.
Probably someone teaching her how to hate.
No, I was in the car with my mother because my car was broken down, so she had come to Greensboro to get me.
You know where you got it
Took
from?
me home so I could have her car.
Listen, I can't remember where I was this past weekend, let alone the OJ thing.
Oh no, I know where I was. I'm gonna tell you exactly where I was. I was at work.
Post office, right?
I was
It did look like this.
No,
I
was delivering a pizza, and I pulled up because remember that night was also Knicks. That was Houston versus Knicks. It was a Friday night. It was Houston versus Knicks. I think Game 4, Game 5.
Game 5.
And then
they revisited that too.
And I went to go check on the game. I delivered a pizza to a house I had already delivered to before, so I knew the guys there. And I said, "Yo, let me check and see what the score is." He said, "Man, forget the score. Look at this." And I was like, "What?" And this showed OJ. I was like, "What is that?" He said, "Man, that's OJ in the truck. The police are following him." I said, "Is he trying to get away?" They said, "I don't know what the hell he's doing." I sat there for about 10-15 minutes and watched it, and then I went back to the. They was like, "Yo, why you late?" I said, "Man, somebody turn on the news, OJ." I said, "OJ going crazy, man." And my manager was like, "Did you find out the score to the game?" I said, "No, man, I ain't found out the score to the game. OJ is going crazy."
I never celebrated his freedom because I don't know. I just didn't feel good about it. But now in my older years, I can honestly say something was just not right with that because
obviously not. Somebody got decapitated.
He knew. Well, he knew.
I had nothing to do with it.
He knew who did.
I'm not going to run from anyone. You can come get me. We'll get my lawyer, and we'll handle it. If I didn't.
That man just wanted to see his mother.
Now you sound like Steve Harvey.
That's all he wanted to see.
I'm just saying. That's what I can't.
Like Steve Harvey. He's talking about OJ wasn't showing enough emotion in the courtroom. He's like, if you didn't do it, man, he said you're gonna turn something over.
I just wouldn't have been on leading the police on the chase. I wouldn't do that.
It wasn't a chase, Deon. They wasn't a chase. Dude was doing like
it was like a procession.
Yeah, it procession. Really did. It looked like a funeral procession or something. It wasn't a chase.
But see, you can't have it. You can't have it. You can't have it both ways. That's why all these people that read into the OJ thing, it's like, okay, if you did it, you would have more emotion, or if you didn't do it while you running, all right. So Aaron Hernandez stayed in his house for forever. Came out, went to the grocery store, came back,
chilling.
Police, what's up? Chilling, watching TV.
Ain't have a shirt on or nothing. Didn't have a shirt.
With his kids.
He had no shirt on or nothing.
So what does that tell me? He must be innocent then.
Right. It's a great point.
What the Pouncies have on their hat? Free Aaron Hernandez.
Don't bring the Pouncies up.
I'm
editing that out. I'm editing that out.
I plead the fifth.
Pouncies get no love on this show. No love.
I'm not saying
they are idiots.
Don't take it personally.
So did Hope Solo knock your boy out in the elevator?
I don't know. I'd like to see the video on that.
No, it wasn't her husband. It was her nephew and her sister. Her nephew
and her sister she beat up apparently.
Yeah. Why Hope Solo do that?
Well, apparently she was drunk.
Because Ronaldo helped score that goal for U.S. and then she. No, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well, they arrested her. She was drunk, and that's all we really have. And then that. Her trial, she was supposed to be before a judge on Monday or something, but I haven't heard any follow up on it.
Well, the rumor mill was saying that she's a wild girl. Yeah. That's the rumor. That she's pretty wild.
Well, remember, even back when that first before she got married to Jeremy Stevens, and they had that supposedly had an incident, and of course there was a lot of talk that Stevens might have been just trying to defend himself.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
6'5".
That's right. Yeah,
260 pounds.
60-pound, big old soft marshmallow. Yeah, I remember that.
I'm just saying, it might have been too soft for Hope too. So I mean,
might have been.
But then again, she might whoop all of us.
Evidently, she doesn't. She takes it. She's taking on all contenders.
I ain't no easy win, Prev.
I ain't saying that. I mean, she might know she was in a fight, but
because I ain't no easy win. You might win. You're gonna be tired. You're gonna fall asleep after you finish and wake up sore. I might be out for the count, but I ain't hope so low. She bring it. Bring it.
We need some more heavyweight boxers. Speaking of that,
well, here we go. This is the point. We got our man on the show this week. Can we get our highlight? Can we get our commentary?
Yeah, I'm telling you, the biggest fight that I was looking forward to so far this year was Miguel Cotto against Sergio Martinez, and it was a damn shame. I was so excited for that fight, and to see this man Sergio Martinez basically show up on one leg and get embarrassed.
He did not look like Sergio Martinez.
Maybe Han Solo got to him first.
I wanted my $70 back immediately. I said, yeah, it was 70. I watched it in HD. I was that hyped for that fight.
Wow.
Wow.
So
Yes,
I'll be writing my letter to Showtime. Asking for my money's back because it was HBO. That was HBO fight. Yeah, I was definitely. So anyway, the next one that I'm on the hook for is Canelo Alvarez against Ezralandi Lara. That's the next one I'm on the hook for.
That should be very interesting.
Is Canelo?
Is that a country? What is that?
Ezralandi Lara or Canelo?
Ezralandi Lara. He's from Cuba.
Listen.
He's a good fighter. He's a good fighter.
Dolla, I appreciate all your work. Okay, I know you're trying to enlighten people about boxing, but none of that means anything to me. I want the heavyweights. I don't want to see. I don't even care about Mayweather and what he does and all of that stuff.
Very much to say there.
Yeah, fighting.
You know what?
Him and Pacquiao, but let's not go there again.
No. We're not talking about that.
Okay, thanks.
Pacquiao fight.
They got an American heavyweight. His name is Deontay Wilder. He out of Alabama, knocking everybody out that he's fighting. He's supposed to be fighting a dude named Bermain Stiverne out of Haiti. All right, that dude
beat up Chris
Arreola again. Get a part of the heavyweight championship, so they gonna fight. So the only two black dudes that's worth something in the heavyweight division gonna fight each other.
All right, okay.
Wait, what about the black guy from Scotland? The Cuban dude that's in Scotland.
Scotland.
He all right.
I don't know him. Who are you talking about?
Shoot, he's the one that put that Russian dude in the coma.
You talking about David Hay?
No. I said a fighter.
Oh, that's right. You talking? Yeah, that's right. They call him like Black
David
Irish, some craziness. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, he's pretty decent.
David Hay. That was the first time I ever seen a boxer flop.
Yeah. Well, no, I've seen a boxer flop before. When Mike Tyson came back, everybody was flopping to get that money.
No.
But I think we'll be okay.
Diving out of fear and flopping. I mean, this dude he was making up getting held and just falling to the ground.
Y'all stupid, man. Stop.
Pete, it was disgraceful.
It was terrible.
You know what they're gonna do with the two heavyweights? They're gonna have them fight the Klitschko boys in about a couple months.
And a battle royal. The battle royal.
They want to make it back in the ring.
They always throwing the Klitschko boys out there. I know we trying to hang on to the heavyweight, the Klitschko boys.
Oh, man,
we need that heavyweight back though.
That's why we don't talk about the heavyweights, because
we're not gonna see heavyweights because all of those dudes is playing football, and the young people in the generation, they've changed. They no longer want to play. They don't want to fight anymore. They want to hug.
No. They want to get punched in the face for $35.
No,
yeah, they want to hug it out. Yeah, they want to hug it out. I mean, you got to think about the attitude of the athlete from in a city is changing. I mean, when I was coming up in the 80s and the 90s, we had a healthy respect for competition. We didn't want to join up and make super teams. And at the end of the game, at the beginning of the games, we wasn't hugging and kissing on each other. And then at the end of the game, we wasn't hugging on each other, kissing on each other, saying, your tight pants look nice and all of that. It was like, I want to beat your head in. I want to beat your head in for these 48 minutes. And then after I beat your head in, all right, then we can tap it up after. And
I totally agree with what you're saying.
I have missed you so much, Dolla.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, man. I think the term super team is overrated.
That's my point. That's why Lonice missed somebody.
If they were super teams, they wouldn't get beat by 20 3 times in a row. They don't say I'm saying super team.
Dolla, don't be fooled.
There's
by
only
that.
been one super team that worked the first year, and that was the Celtics. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Actually, I'm wrong with that because they lost to the Lakers.
They lost
And
to
that
the
is-
Lakers.
but that is-
No, they didn't.
chase to the ring. When you chase in the ring,
They lost to the
you pass
Lakers
your
the
prime.
second time.
Yeah, when you come together and you chase a ring past your prime, that's not a super team. That's like saying Charles Barkley when he joined the Houston Rockets with Scottie Pippen and old ass Clyde Drexler. That was a super team. That wasn't no super
that
team.
wasn't a super team.
Yeah,
But
that was 3 old dudes.
It's just like when Gary Payton and Karl Malone joined the Lakers. That wasn't a super team.
at the end
Well,
of
what
their
I'm
prime.
saying is, but Dolla, I feel you on that, but let's put it in perspective. Has Dwayne Wade played like Dwayne Wade the last 5 years?
I don't care how Dwayne Wade's playing. Dwayne Wade.
But you can't say it's a super team if he's not playing like a superstar.
It's not the first year he did.
And Chris Bosh, we almost kicked him off the team 2 years ago.
We can't be
That's not a
selective.
super
We can't be
team.
selective here. We can't be selective here. If Dwayne Wade in the Indiana Pacers series is scoring 20 points a game and everybody's raving about how well he's playing, all right, and then he comes in the finals and he lay a donut in there, all right, you got to give respect. You got to give respect to the other team. I mean, you just got to give
I
respect
don't
to the other
disagree
team.
with that, but I'm not going to title them super teams when Dwayne
They're not.
Wade's playing an
I'm tired of the built-in excuses for Dwayne Wade. For the
Oh,
fact
whoa,
that
whoa,
every
whoa,
time-
whoa,
every
whoa,
time-
whoa,
Yeah, we're gonna get
whoa.
into this, man. Every time
Whoa.
that man plays great, oh my God, his knees is finally healthy.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Wait a minute.
What
Wait.
he's
not disagreeing
supposed
with
to
you.
do. When he sucks, it's because he's old.
I'm
Come on.
not.
Okay, wait a minute. Wait.
All I'm saying is,
See.
I'm not saying
See.
oh. All I'm saying is he just didn't play.
Oh my God! Well, you know what? Miseducation of some people's opinions. If I can say that, if that even makes sense. If that even makes sense.
Yo,
It
let
doesn't.
me tell you what's
But
gonna happen. Let me tell you what's gonna happen. Derrick Rose gonna come back this year. He's gonna fall out for the first 3 months of the season. He gonna start sucking again, because it's that broke jumper not gonna go in no more. All right, and then everybody's gonna be complaining about his knees and all of that is bothering him. Listen, man, you show up on the court. Shout out to Kobe, who I'm a Kobe hater, but I give you respect. If you show up on the court, all right, there's no excuses. You play ball and you do it to the best of your ability. You're supposed to be effective. If you don't do it, there's no excuse.
that's a great speech, and I love it, and I agree with it.
There you go. You're a liar.
Wait a minute. Wait a
You are
minute.
a liar. There's no accountability, no responsibility,
Exactly.
no truth.
Somebody
in
is
that you just said.
Somebody
You are a
please.
liar, and I'm gonna call you on the
Hey,
carpet for
I don't
it.
believe
Dwayne Wade
Somebody
can't stay in the
please.
warehouse.
Somebody please.
I do not believe you, Di. You are
Wait a
lying.
minute. Wait a
You don't mean
minute.
that.
Wait a minute. Somebody please escort this lady out of here, please. Please. Listen. No. You got to be kidding me. Are you serious right now? Are you serious? Okay, it depends on who you listen to.
And Deon, I will say this though. I will say this. I mean, I don't disagree with Dolla. All I'm saying is,
But I do.
But go ahead. No, go ahead. Forget it.
I do disagree because
Go ahead.
Tell me about Dwayne Wade's Social Security checks he need to be getting, man. Please tell me.
No.
Listen,
Disability check.
hey.
Disability now.
You know, and I tell you guys all the time, accountability, responsibility equals the truth. I do not listen to media that if they do not proclaim to be real honest, just be brutally honest. Don't give me Dwayne Wade's injuries. If he can't play, then don't be on the court. He did not play well. No one that I know and that I affiliate with is giving him an excuse.
It's as simple as that.
It's that simple. They did not get it done. They lost. Period.
They lost.
And he was horrible. Yeah. And he was horrible.
So let me ask this question before we get off. So everybody keeps saying, don't panic. The big three are okay. They just weren't focused, blah, blah, blah. I don't see it. I think it's done.
I think it's done. Bosh is not happy, though.
No, I'm saying even if they come back, I don't think they're going to win anything.
No, I think they got exposed. I mean, hat goes off to Popovich for having a game plan that they just couldn't adjust to.
I disagree. I disagree with Pete, not you, Dollar. I disagree.
Yeah, I mean,
because they're in the East.
When Popovich was saying, move that ball around, move these athletes around, it worked. And if I don't think it's over for Miami. I think that there are adjustments that they can make from a roster perspective. They got to get younger. All right, I know that they were actually an older team.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Right.
Miami at one point in time, the danger. Yeah, at one point in time, the danger.
Oh, well,
of Miami,
gee, thanks, Lonice. We appreciate that.
At one point in time,
I'm stopping.
You know what, Deon?
Both of y'all,
Let
man.
Tory speak. Stop it.
at one, I missed a lot, man. Wow, I wish I was on this call. But Miami was a team that excelled in a transition. It was like, okay, they played great defense. As soon as they got a turnover, they were out. You could, I mean, all those sports center highlights I seen with Wade and LeBron throwing layups to each other on fast breaks and stuff like that. Before, you know, all of a sudden Dwayne Wade was old and couldn't play anymore. All right, but they can make adjustments. They have to become a younger basketball team, and they have to get up and down. What I think would benefit them is if you had a guy that can take some of that pressure off LeBron, not scoring, but just managing the offense. If they had a point guard like a Kyle Lowry who could orchestrate the offense and could say, hey, LeBron, don't worry, I got this. You just get shots in transition. Me, I'm going to create offense for you, playoff for you. I think that would be to their benefit. They don't need a Carmelo. They don't need another guy.
Before we go, can I ask Dolla a question? I want to ask Dolla a question.
We good?
Do you see? I know they say that LeBron James is the best player in the game.
Yeah.
But do you honestly see a Kobe Bryant type thing in him? Not skill wise. I know there's two different body types, but in terms of that killer instinct, I don't see.
No, we had this
that.
conversation before. Me and Tory. Go ahead, Tory. You can take that one. Take that one.
I don't see it. I don't feel
take that one. Take that one.
But I think, and there's two things with that. One, it's a generational thing. I mean, Kobe Bryant came up where he's watching. Jordan was his idol, that type of thing. But it was in an era of basketball where it was more confrontational. It was more. Listen, you can't guard me. All right. I'm going to destroy you if you think that you can guard me. As opposed to when LeBron was coming up, he was. Everybody said this from the beginning. LeBron is the best player in the game, hands down, by far. And my respect for him as a player has evolved over his career, because at first I thought you had to be like a Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan type player to even consider that. But the different facets of the game that he's able to impact the game and win, from a pass to a rebound to defense, the way he's able to dominate the game, I haven't seen anybody do it like he does it. He still can't even hug the strap of Jordan. It's not even in the conversation.
Oh no.
I don't even want to have the conversation.
Let's not
no
one.
But
that killer instinct is not. There is a killer instinct, but he wants to kill you in a team concept that he does.
It's different. It's different.
And you know what? I'll say this and I'll stop. My fault, Pete.
No, you good.
I used to think that Kevin Durant was that guy, like a Kobe, a killer, ice water in his veins. But when they went up against each other, I saw that, okay, there's LeBron. He has whatever he has that thing that Kevin Durant does not. And you're starting to see it retreat in Kevin Durant, where he's a guy that will defer but lose, as opposed to LeBron will defer to win. You know, if we ain't winning, all right, I got this.
You're going to take over.
So I'll piggyback on that. So first of all, let's start back. I'm going to start backwards with the Durant thing. Yeah, he won the MVP, but it looks like a Charles Barkley MVP to me. You know I'm going with that, Tory. You know I'm going with that. He led the league in scoring, so I'm gonna give him. And he had a big splash with a new. You know, I'm gonna give him one. But we know LeBron's the best player in the league. Kobe is the last thing we got connected to those 90s.
Yes.
To those 90s killers.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? All those 90s killers, the Isaiahs and the Jordans and the even Mad. I mean, those killers that we saw
They had that.
Love.
The Kevin Johnsons.
Yeah.
Playing every game like it was their last.
Like, but what I'm saying is, like Tory said, guys that would take your heart out, put it on the ground, stomp on it, and then wait for it to stop beating. Those guys. Those guys. So Kobe is the last. Kobe is the last piece of that we got into this new player, this new wave with the LeBron.
Hold up! Don't forget about Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett, though. I keep them
right.
Okay.
Paul Pierce, definitely. Kevin Garnett.
Right.
Kevin Garnett would just cuss you out at this point, but Paul Pierce is still knocked down the shine in your face.
Still getting crazy with it.
So I think that's why I look at. That's why I still respect Kobe to this day, because he still brings that same. I mean, think about it. Every time Kobe go up against LeBron, Kobe holds his own.
Yeah.
Every single time. I mean, I've seen Kobe post up LeBron, shoot fade jump shots on him, backpedal, walk back, and look at him like you thought it wasn't going in. I mean, he's still at this point in time in his career. And that's what I'm talking about.
But at the same time too, it's personal.
And with LeBron, it's the business.
But with Kobe,
and with LeBron, it's the business. Just like before, when I was talking about before Game 5, where he was like, "Well, it's just basketball." What?
Right. It's not just basketball, right?
It's basketball.
I didn't disagree with you on that one.
Are you serious right
now? If I did, I'm retracting. I'm with you on that now.
I think, and Kobe's more consistent too. More consistent with it too. Man.
Nah, like I said, I mean, Chris Paul is kind of, sort of got a little bit of it. Westbrook got a little bit of it. But I'm not gonna give it to him all the way because it's just not.
I can't start on Westbrook tonight. I can't start on
Westbrook. Hey,
we don't have time for you to get on Westbrook tonight.
We ain't gonna be up here to just front out. But yeah, man, LeBron does it just a different way, man. And I mean, you hate it or love it, man. I mean, it is what it is. It's sports.
Well, he's not a killer. Don't push him.
Yeah. Y'all get some rest, man. I appreciate y'all, boy.
All right, folks. All right, family.
Good night.
Peace.
Later.